All right, Shalom, this is your brother Thon. First and foremost, want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say Shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity, all right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. This lesson is more so for brothers who are making videos, newer brothers, people that are going to start making videos, people at the beginning of their teaching journey. I'm going to go over an outline that you could use to make sure, when you do a lesson or you find a topic to go into, that it's thorough and it's well-rounded. Now, there are going to be a lot of instances where you just cut the camera on and speak, but there are going to be others where you want to, kind of make it more strategic. So we're going to go over this video outline and it's 4 points. So a lot of the men that I learned from in my walk coming in Israel, I noticed over time that they touch on these 4 points. It may not be particularly in order, but they touch on them. All right, so the first thing, they go into the what, okay? They go into the background information. What are we talking about? The background information, right? And this is where they'll introduce historical and cultural context. All right, within the scriptures, they'll take the scripts and say, hey, this happened here in this point in history, and it's repeating itself now here in our time. They may pull up the article that they're going into or whatever. They'll dive into the authorship of it, timelines, even go into a little bit of geography. Might pull up a map. Elder Malcolm, the head of Chicago, is good for that. And, they go into their current events. Now, doing this provides the viewers with a deeper understanding of the biblical text. It helps set the stage for specific teachings or narratives being presented, allowing viewers to engage with the material in a meaningful and informed manner, as opposed to the meme culture that majority of people are used to today as they stroll down their phones and they get presented with information with no references or facts or no scriptures to go along with it. You understand? We don't want to be able to be lumped into the meme culture that's going on. So you want to establish that background information. So that's point one. That's the what, right? 2, all right? The who. Okay, so you go into the individuals or groups that you're speaking on. Something happened, something wicked happened in the earth. Well, who's behind it? 9 times out of 10, you know who's behind it. All right, but you go into it in their history of possibly doing it beforehand, because a lot of the false flags we see and things that happen on the earth, it's not the first time that it's happened. All right, so you can go do some backtrack, and this causes you to be more thorough in your understanding, because now you got to go do a little research, right? Causes you to be a more thorough teacher. So you highlight the biblical figures that you're going to discuss. All right. Even in our time, we are biblical. Hey, we're those same spirits back then. The people that are going off and doing wickedness, they're the same spirits that were back then. All right. So you go into the biblical figures that you could relate your current event to. The prophets, the apostles, our adversaries, Esau, Edom, wicked Israelites. Okay. And you match up the scriptures that you want to bring out with the contemporary or today's, individuals or groups. This makes it more tangible to the audience, to where they could touch it, they could taste it. What you're going into is more relatable, so they get a deeper appreciation for what's being taught to them. It's not just like, oh, you're just going into some more. No, they're able to see how this relates to them. You see. And further going down that line, we jump into point 3, the why. Right? So the relevance to the audience, the why. So we jump into, hey, this is, the moral perspective that we are to have with these things that are taking place. You got to go into that. That's for guys like the guy like, I was a scoffer that was popped up some months back. And he was basically saying that, okay, y'all know a bunch of stuff. Now what? Well, we have to judge righteous judgment. Us knowing what we know through the Spirit with the scriptures is going to allow us to evade the destruction of evil and to receive deliverance upon the Lord's return. We are the solution. by knowing what we know and walking in it. Okay. Yeah, making the right judgment calls, decision making. All right, having the right perspective to the world around them, because the wine that this devil, or the philosophy that this devil is pushing on the people, can cause them to have a skewed perspective on what's taking place. And our people have to be told, hey, I know you see these things happening. It may be dressed up this way, but this is what it really is, pursuant to the word of God. So that's the why. Okay? Giving them the guidance and the wisdom that the Bible is, telling them to have with the things that are taking place around them, the why. All right, the fourth and last one, all right, there's an extra one, a bonus one I got for you, but that is, that may not be something that could be applied for somebody who's new. But the fourth one and the final one is the moving forward, or the now what, or how to move going forward, right, that judgment. So you pull out precepts on how to apply the Spirit to their life with the information you presented them with. Okay? How to move forward. Now that they've been given this information, now what? How do I move forward? What am I to look out for? How can I protect myself from being misguided or making the wrong decisions when I'm confronted with these situations? What's the solution? The solution. All right? So that's the point 4. And I'm going to do my best to put the slides up on the screen for you guys, and to put the actual, breakdown of the text in the description box over the things I'm going into. Maybe you could copy and paste it, or screenshot it yourself, and you can reference it when you're doing your lessons, and when you get in the habit of just doing it naturally, you had that little outline for yourself. Okay? And the fifth one, the bonus, and this is more so you'll see the apostles and brothers who have been in this thing for quite a while. They'll do this. They'll present you with some information, and then they'll dig in their past from their experience and give a testimony on an experience on how they dealt with the situation they're presenting you with when they were in that situation themselves, the pitfalls that you are to look out for. They'll give you a little bit more insight because they've actually experienced some of the things they may be talking about. And that comes with time. So for a new brother, that might not be something you could necessarily do for every lesson. But you see the apostles, whenever they go into a lesson, they'll bring up a testimony from the past. It'll just be something they might have forgot about, but they go into the topic. And they give such life to the topic because they can say, hey, man, I actually know. Yeah, this isn't something I'm just reading about. I've been through a situation similar to this. You see, so that's a little extra oomph. That's a little extra oomph to the lesson. For you, as you'll notice, men up in time in our walk, that they'll add to the edification. So Abaratazah, man, the lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises once more. Again, this was a lesson more so for brothers teaching, making lessons, starting out, And there are probably some things that some other spins on it, men over me they probably could expound on a little bit more for you. But I feel like this is, pretty decent way to look at breaking down your video. So Abaratazah was edifying once more. I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rikakudash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon y'all. And this is also something, if you're on the highway, when you're going down the highways and byways, if you're going into a topic, and the spirit more so flows in a camp setting. But if you're in a smaller camp setting and you're speaking for a long period of time, or you say you're going out there by yourself, it's a good, outline to kind of express what you're articulating on the highways and byways when you're bringing out precepts. The what, the who, the why, and the now, or the how. Okay. So, shalom.